Cuba, it's me! Welcome to episode 236 of The Willu Show, which stands for Wrestling is Life. Life is Wrestling. Now, today I wanted to talk about chants in wrestling. That's why, not getting someone a chant, the crowd chants. That's why I named this episode This Is Awesome. Okay, so the fans make the show, that's for sure, but sometimes the fans get a little bit too carried away or they just can't come up with anything original, so they do the same chants over and over. Some of them are good. Some of them really hit the spot or on the right time at the right place kind of thing. But some of them are annoying, and some of them don't really have any purpose. The yes chant was great. That was great. The what chants, they can be kind of annoying. Even the yes chant is annoying depending on where the situation. I like the This Is Awesome chant, giving respect to the performers, but now it's just way overused. Some of the other chants, like the 10, 10, 10, I like that because of my boy Ty Dillinger, but also it's like, okay, well, maybe enough is enough. What are your thoughts on chants in wrestling? Yes, they do have a place. For me, the greatest feeling in the world when I'm wrestling and people are not making noise, that's horrible. But then when they chant Cuba, Cuba, that is the greatest, awesomest feeling for me in the world. It's like, wow, they actually support me. Now, I never came up with that chant. That was organically made by the chant monkeys in Brantford, who knew, because when I used to have no charisma, I would come out and go, Cuba, and that's all I would do. Anytime I look at the crowd, I just go, Cuba. That's all I had. That's all I had to offer. Well, they would chant Cuba for me. Um, Sometimes they would chant refugee, and I'm just glad it caught on. But when I'm thinking about chants, it's all about syllables. It's got to sound good. Like, what are you gonna do? Elian, Elian. It doesn't sound as good. Habanero. Yeah, that's all right. But I like the two syllables. I like the Cuba, and like stuff like that. Or some of the other ones are fun. Let's go Cena. Cena sucks. So what chants do you like? What chants do you not like? What chants do you feel you come up with that you wish people would use? Or what is something that you've heard before but that is not used enough? I know a couple of weeks back, there was some stuff posted on social media by PWA Canada and whatnot, and they were trying to find a tag team name for myself and Lenny Lilac, and it got pretty good response. A lot of people had some suggestions, and there was quite a few people that came up with some suggestions. But I don't care about the team name. I want to chant. I want to chant that people like. It's got to be something simple and good, and whatever the chant is should be our team name. You could take it simple. Like a lot of people chant Cuba for me and Lenny for Lenny. So you could just have Cuba Lenny or Lenny Cuba. But that's not a good team name. So I really want to hear what kind of chants maybe would be good for us. But chants, if you could get a chant over, like look at Daniel Bryan. He's always been a great wrestler. He's always had pretty decent charisma. He's okay on the mic. But the yes chant really broke him through to like the powers that be, to his doubters, the people that thought he could just wrestle but he couldn't. The yes chant, and like Stone Cold had the what thing, and it's still used to this day. I was trying to think like maybe I should do why. Every time someone says something to me, I'll just say why, even if it's a question. Answer a question with a question, and maybe that could get over. But if you could think of a chant that could get over, I notice a lot now they always do the fight forever one or whatever. But really, who would want to see anyone fight forever? I know it's just like showing respect to the competitors, and this is awesome. But there's got to be something else that people could come up with. That's not the same thing. But I get it. Like when you watch on TV and you only hear those chants, and then you go to a crowd. If you're one person in a 20,000 people crowd, it's gonna be hard to get a chant going. It's usually a group of people, and usually a lot of the chants come from the bigger crowds in WWE, like the WrestleManias and the Raw after WrestleMania. That's a lot of times where the chants can come from, and maybe some new ones. It's almost like there's groups of a couple hundred people that get together and like, we're getting this chant over tonight. and then the majority rules. Once everyone hears the other people yelling it, they want to jump in. So it's fun. Um, so what do you think? I mean, what is your opinion on chants in wrestling? I mean, usually they're pretty good, and usually like it's good. Like the crowd is involved, they're being entertained. But sometimes the chants have nothing to do with the matches. Like there's a beach ball getting thrown around, and two guys are busting their ass in the ring, and the people are chanting JBL or something like that. So sometimes I feel it's a little bit inappropriate and a little disrespectful, but at the same time, these are the people paying for your tickets. You don't want an empty crowd. So I like the chants, but I think they need to evolve and get better and better and more personal to the performers, and everyone could have their own chant. And I really want to help develop some new ones, but I'm not going to give them all away here, but I'm going to try to perform them at some shows and get some chants going. I always try to do the "I love wrestling, let's do wrestling," but that's not a chant. Well, you can "let's do wrestling, let's do," yeah, it could kind of work. But anyway, let me hear what you think. What's your opinion on chants? What ones do you like? What ones do you dislike? And what do you think should the next chant be? As always on the Willow Show, like or you get a leg drop, comment or you get a clothesline, subscribe or you get a suplex. I'm your host, Elian Habanero. I love wrestling. Cuba.